trying to come at my neck. No fear in my heart, no sugar in my tank. I'm the shit, man, and you know that it stink. Don't worry about the money, got a stash in the bank. Who would ever think that I can make it happen if I wasn't out here rapping? I'll be out here snapping. Why these dudes, they hate me with a passion.
Said that it couldn't be done. I would never be the one, but I showed them, I gave it all I had, and I made it. Thought I'd never get my run. Finally I see the
One time. It's your boy DJ Pooh Geez and the lovely SpFly. Each and every Monday right here on Glockaway Radio, the world's greatest internet station in the world. And shout out to the queen of the show. That's right. Spanish Fly, what's good? What's good?
What's good, gentlemen? How are you? Ooh,
I feel amazed right now, to be honest with you. I told y'all we always bringing y'all something different and exclusive. We got this new segment where we interviewing salon owners, business owners that has something to do with the hair field. Because a lot of people might not know I have an interest in hair just as well as music. So right here, why not have somebody who's a professional, who don't got no problem with helping the next person.
Hey.
My guys right here, right now. Ron Curtis, what's good with you, bro?
Hey, what's
Hello,
up,
Ron. Welcome. I'm fine with yourself. Thank you.
Do me a favor, can you set the mic up for him?
Is it on?
Yeah. Thank
Here we go.
There you go.
There we go. We rocking
right,
and
all
rolling
right.
now. We
All
rocking and rolling.
right. So, Ryan, man, tell the people a little bit about yourself, bro.
It's a long story, man, but I'm gonna make it short as I can. Basically, I own a barber school here in Philadelphia, 925 Spring Garden Street. I'm an owner also of a barber shop out in Montgomery County. Basically, just trying to be a blessing to the community and I'm better
guess
myself.
what?
Go ahead.
Come on now.
Thank
That's
you.
dope.
You heard me
That's
just
definitely
say.
dope. He definitely dope. That's definitely dope.
Ownership.
Ownership
Yeah,
and
for
black
sure.
ownership. You
For
know what I
sure,
mean?
For sure.
Yeah, so how long have you been doing it?
30 years.
30 years. So
Yeah.
you've been in that same spot for 30 years?
Well, yes, in Montgomery County, I actually owned 3 shops at one point, you know what I mean?
Okay.
A couple of clothing stores and dollar stores and just a little bit of everything, man. I try to
that's
stay
right.
I try to stay busy, man, you know what I mean?
Entrepreneur.
Cuz it ain't always been like this, you know what I mean? I
Say
came
that
from a lot of up and downs, but man, I'm thankful right now to be here and be up and be a blessing to the community and also like I said, man, be a blessing to myself, man, and expect change and want to change, you know what I mean?
Right. And that's dope,
That's
because
crazy.
being a business owner is never easy. And some people get the fundamentals of being an owner like confused with just going to work for somebody. It's
right.
totally different. And especially being an entrepreneur and being able to see your vision unfold is like amazing. And especially being in a business for so long. Being a black man and owning a business for 30 years, that's very, very accomplishing.
Yeah, thank you. I
You're
appreciate
very
it. Thank you.
welcome.
Thank
So
you.
salute to you.
Thank
Shout out
thank
to
you.
you,
It's
definitely.
crazy 'cause
And shout out to your businesses.
Thank you.
You're
It's
welcome.
crazy because I was with my buddy the other day, man, and I happened to go back down to the hood a little bit, you know what I mean? Because
Right.
sometimes you want to show your face. You don't want to be too cute, you know what I'm saying? You always want to show your face and
Right.
show your accomplishments as well. But my life
Exactly.
really came from streets and struggle, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
So,
right.
but thank God I'm not dead. You know what I
That's
mean?
right.
But my buddy that
That part.
grew up with me, he actually was in class with me. I was always in the LA class, you know what I mean? Learning adjustments, you know?
Hey, listen,
And-
we all done had somebody that was on a short bus
Yeah.
before, but
Yeah,
that
yeah.
don't leave them on a short bus. Just because you started on a short bus don't mean you're not going to end up
Right.
on that
That's
long
right.
bus.
That's
you know what I
right.
mean? You might be driving that long bus
Yeah.
at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So, that's
Yeah.
okay. You know
Yeah,
what I
for
mean?
sure. I
Look
love
at
a long
Albert
bus.
Einstein.
That's why
Albert Einstein was autistic.
Yeah, that's true. That's
And
true.
he was a
Yeah.
scholar.
But you know what's crazy
One of the
about
smartest
that
men
is,
in the world.
like I told my band the other day, I said, I'm glad I came from that. Because
right.
it made me see 2 types of people. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
See, I can help the person that's in the struggle. I
Right.
can help the person that can't walk and can crawl. You know what I'm saying? And I think I think I love them better than the person
Right.
that can walk. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes because end of the day, those walking, or ain't in a position that they even want to be in.
Right.
You know what I mean? Those ain't walking. Guess what, man? They living it, and God has blessed them to be here on other, on earth, and definitely, be who they are.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's
You ever see a
true.
person walking? So many people who are walking, they putting on the whole face.
Say that
You know what I'm
again, and
saying?
they ain't walking the right steps.
There you go.
know what I mean?
So
So
it's-
just because you could walk don't mean you taking them right steps and them right initiatives
Facts.
to make the right move.
Yeah.
So, I mean, everybody can have feet, but don't mean that they beating them to the street right.
Right.
That's
You
right.
feel what
So
I'm
That's
one
saying?
right.
one thing
So
I
you got-
definitely
you
want to
got-
put out there too. Look, he's not just in the hair world either. Hold up. He has a musical black background too as well. That's how we met.
Okay.
Shout out to my guy. Gotta shout him out. Larry.
Larry
Larry.
Logan
Hey.
original. Larry.
Yeah, for sure. Larry, one of a kind, man. He's something else, man. Larry's a
Definitely.
good guy,
Really good
great
guy.
friend of mine, and I was thankful to have Larry in my life, man. You know what I mean? Larry hungry, and I love that about him. You know what I'm saying? He got
He's
his hands
humble.
on everything, and when I talk to Larry, man, it ain't nothing like ain't nothing, that he don't want to do or ain't trying to do, and that's huge. I like to be around people like that.
Right.
you know?
Good energy, positivity.
And also,
you know what I mean?
he also was the one that had the headphones. Those headphones was exclusive.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so when we did the silent parties,
Yeah,
shout out to Ryan. Yeah, he had us on the radio. too.
Yeah. A little bit of everything, man. You gotta
was ran.
be everything, man. You can't just be one dimensional, man. And that's not me. You know what I mean? I thank God that I'm not like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Facts.
So, hey, every day I look for every day is a blessing, man. You know what I mean? So,
That's right.
just try to stay positive and keep some positive things going in your life. You know what I
Right.
mean?
You still dip and dabble with the beats?
Man, I dip and dab, but anything I get my hands on.
See,
He
that's
said
what I'm
anything he
talking
put his hands on, he trying to make some money and some movements, and that's a good thing.
And here's the thing: it's not always about money. Sometimes it's my own freedom. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
And that's what I look at sometimes. Sometimes I, making beats or dealing with people. It's my own freedom. You know what I mean? I
Right.
want to be happy. I want to enjoy life. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly,
So
'cause life is short.
everything ain't about $1. You know what I mean? So if I dip and dab in something and that don't make sense sometimes, guess what, man? I'm still alive.
That's
and,
right.
And I'm still here, and I appreciate
stepping.
it. You know what I mean? So
That's right.
at that, that being said, hey, try everything until you can't try it no more. And if it worked for you, because you don't know what you're really capable of doing.
That's
you know
right,
what I mean?
until you get out there and
until you
actually do it.
try. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
That's true.
that's
And don't let people discourage you.
I
Because
was
they
gonna-
quick
I
to
was gonna
say,
say that. You
oh,
know,
nobody's never done this before. Well, how about I do it first?
Or just
sure.
just somebody.
I'll do it.
It's always gonna be a naysayer. And I
Yeah.
had a discussion with a friend of mine yesterday, and I said, when people are building, you can't be trying to build with people, whether it's in a relationship, a organization, a team. You can't be building with somebody who's already knocking the wall down.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? If somebody's tearing holes into that brick wall, and somebody over there putting patches in it trying to fix it up, and somebody putting bricks in the middle of it and laying that concrete in between, but then you got somebody with a jackhammer knocking your wall down, is no fundamental, is no foundation, and so you have to learn how to push yourself in a position where as though you know that your strategy is going to work for you and those around you are on the same team. And you know what I mean? Because some people they're going to be naysayers. They're going to try to break you down and tell you that you can't do it. But you can't be focusing on that. You got to focus on what's going to be good for you and the people that's around you. If they're not in the same boat, on the same ship, on the same thing, then they have to get up off
That's
that
right.
cruise. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They can't it's not going to lead a dock. You know what I mean? If you drilling holes in my boat and my sinker ship, and we not gonna stay afloat. So it's about having the right people on your team, the right like-minded people around you, whether they not on your team or not. Just being around like-minded people will just help push you further in life anyway, no matter what position, profession that you're doing, and that's a good thing. And it's definitely a good thing for seeing me. It's so many businesses out here, and it's so many businesses that flop because they sloppy. And what I mean by sloppy, and we're going to bring it to like the Asians. Let's bring it to the Asian communities and stuff like that. The Chinese stores. They had 50 people working in there, and around the clock, they're all family. They're not jealous about nobody else. They're all in there for the same goal, to make that money and have generational wealth. What our problem is in our communities these days, in black businesses specifically, people are about themselves.
Yes.
Me.
People are about
Yeah,
themselves.
yeah.
They're not worried about if their family member need a job or not, or if we can put all of our money together. Everybody wants to be the leader. Nobody wants to say, "Dag, that was my idea, but you put $10,000 behind it. I put $15,000 behind it, and now we got $25,000 that's made $100,000 in this year, and now." It's going to keep going.
Yes.
It's a blessing that keeps on going and keeps giving. But some people in our communities, and I hate to say it, in our communities, they don't want to work together because everybody is on a pull and push type thing. They're not worrying about the next person. They're worrying about who's going to be better. I could do this better. I got a better job. I'm selling the best fragrance. I got the best incense. I got the best CD. You going to buy it for $10? I got one that's for $20. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not about damn. We got 20 people in the hood right now that is successful or can be successful. Let's help put all of this money. We putting all of this GoFundMe's for this. And I want to see, people got so many challenges. I want to see the black people stand up and stand together challenge. Stand up together challenge. Let me see that challenge. Let's stop shooting each other challenge. How about that?
That's right.
Let's help uplift the next person challenge.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
right,
And don't be
right,
worrying
right,
about
right. Give me
the
that, give me that, give me that, give me that,
the
give me that
unsuccesses
point,
of
okay.
yourself and be happy with other people's successes.
Yeah.
You know, it's sad that people can envy you from your successes, and they can be the same people that's smiling in your face
That's right.
while
I
you're
dealt with
in
that
your
all the
sna-
time. Ain't
and it's sad. You be like, damn, you and I've seen it. I've been successful, and I've had times where as though I had fallouts, and it was bad because the people who I thought was in my corner the most was the people who was in my corner the least.
Yeah.
I can honestly say right now, I have a very loving family. I have a bond with my family. But honestly, right now, when it comes to like support and different things, it's not just me, it's other people. You'll get more support from people that you just met from off the street, off
Yup,
of social media,
yup, yup.
and all of that
Never
stuff from them more than your family. You be like, damn.
Yeah, for sure.
I
Definitely
knew
be
you
like
all
that.
my life, and I knew this person for 6 months or a year or maybe 2-3 weeks, and I'm getting more love and support than somebody that I known all my life.
Yeah.
You know, and my dad used to tell me, baby, don't shine about your blessings and stuff, and don't go tell everybody, and especially your family and your friends, don't go and tell them all of your goodness and stuff going on, because the same person that you telling is probably the same person that got a frown on their face and want to break your stuff down.
Yeah, it's
And,
crazy.
You know,
I don't want to interrupt you.
Go,
but
no,
listen-
it's your
but-
show,
but
baby. It's
listen,
about you,
but
baby.
listen
I
to
done
this.
came in and took over.
But you know it's crazy now that you said that. When I remember when I was, when I first started cutting hair back in the day, I used to have this old head. He was sharp. I mean, he was top of the line, and he's seen a lot of rocky roads I've been through. You know what I mean? And I should tell him. Because like I said, every day, is a blessing for me. You know what I mean? Through a lot of stuff I went through mentally, and people don't even know, man. You can be just a good dude, but and you can have this, but that mental challenge is very important. You know what I mean? And I would never remember this. I remember this story this guy used to say to me, one of my favorite clients, man. Rest in peace. He passed away. I used to have a Cadillac. Old Cadillac. I liked it. You know what I'm saying? It was nothing. I liked it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Everybody else, looked at it, and it was what it was.
It was yours.
And next thing you know, I came up the ladder a little bit. You know what I mean? I said, wow. And I can afford a Jeep Cherokee now.
Uh-oh.
Right? So I remember
Moving
one
on
time
up.
pulling up in my shop, and he was there. And he told me, he said, listen, man, he said, you got a new car? I said, yeah. He said, man, congratulations, man. And I felt so good. You couldn't tell me nothing. Like
Okay.
a Jeep Cherokee at that time, it was
Okay,
something. You know
that
what I mean? I
was
went to the
something. That was like a
dealership.
Benz.
You know
You
what I mean?
know what
Yeah,
I'm
I went to the dealership, and you know what I mean? Listen, I started with a $75 credit card. You know what I mean? I ain't had nothing. But long story short, I pulled up, and I remember him saying to me, hey, man, congratulations, man. And I felt good. But I noticed something he said that always stuck to me to the day.
What's that?
He said, park your joint around the corner. I never really thought what he meant by it. He said, because people are going to start hating on you. You're going to start,
That's
and I don't look at my family and my friends to do that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Because I know I'm bigger than that.
We
I
don't
know
wanna look at it
in
like
the
that.
struggle or anything you go through, I'm going to be there to the day. You know what I'm saying? And you can hate my guts, but I love you. You know what I mean? Because I'm built different. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So long story short, he said, you may park your car around the corner, man. And I said, I'll never, it hit me. But when I first got that Cherokee, I think I lost about 90% of my friends. You know what I mean? Over a car ride that I would have gave you a ride in. You know what I mean?
Right.
Regardless if we getting high together or we going to do anything crazy together.
Right.
You and my man. So
Right,
guess what?
so I got you.
Hey, it is what it is. But see, I noticed what happened was they couldn't accept the change because they were so used to me being the dumb or the crazy one, or the person that playing a part that they didn't want to play.
And
you know what I'm
people
saying?
will downplay
There
on
you
your
go.
successes.
There you
and
go.
It's sad.
But guess what?
It's sad.
That car
Yeah, stop it.
was very important to me.
You still
Into the
got it?
day. No, I got rid of it.
I'm
I got something
messing with
bigger.
you.
I got something bigger and better. You know what I'm saying?
And you still got
But I worked hard for it.
You still got that Jeep Cherokee. Done passed
Hey, I rode that thing into the
generational
ground,
line.
though. I rode into the ground. It got me
That's
from
how I was
A
with
to
my
B.
first car.
But I
Let
love
me
my
tell you.
Cadillac. You
Say
know what
that
I mean?
again.
The Cadillac was the big
Cadillac,
Fleetwood. You couldn't
Cadillac.
tell me nothing. You know
Say
what I'm saying?
that.
Because I came from that type of family that had
Yeah,
Cadillacs.
caddies.
You know what I'm
So
saying?
you want a caddy? Look, I
Yeah,
came from a family
yeah.
that had caddies. My first car, I had this caddy, but it had a C was missing, so it was actually an Cadillac.
I know that's right.
I had to go buy me a C.
Yeah.
Don't be mad at my story because everybody's story is different. But I
Different.
drove that
Definitely.
joint. I called her
Sure.
Betsy.
Sure.
Okay?
No
And
doubt.
she
Sure.
got it. She
moving
got me where I had to
forward.
go. And it was red.
Yeah.
And to move forward, now we got to discuss this hair world, man.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
You know,
right. That's right.
Let's get it.
What are the key elements in the hair world as a barber?
They a doctor, they lawyers, they they everything, man. People don't even understand what a barber really is, and that's crazy.
Right.
You know what I mean? They look at it the money part, but the mental part of dealing with a client that every day that wants their hair done a certain way. You know how much of a hard task that is? You really gotta love that job. I used to hate it. To be honest with you, I never liked cutting hair. I did it because I was broke. You know what I'm saying? There's a big difference. You know what I'm saying? So that being said, you understand that you dealing with somebody in the criminal world. You got to cut the hair. You dealing with somebody that going through problems every day. You know what I'm saying? It's so hard to stand up. In this type of situation sometimes. I mean, because you can break me down. Because I might feel so. I might feel bad for your situation. You know what I mean? I'm hoping that you get out of it. You know what I'm saying? But if you got a drug problem, or you don't got no money, or you looking for this or looking for that, man, you got to deal with all that. And people don't understand what you're dealing with a barber, man. Barber's very important in this world, and
Now y'all are.
for
And
sure.
it is.
I'll tell you one thing.
Very.
Like I'm nowhere near as experienced as you, but one thing I can tell you,
I'm still learning.
guess what? I'm still learning and I'm striving. It seems like the better you get, the more other people drop off too. I've been learning that too. They feel as though some people just feel as though, oh, he don't need me no more.
Yeah.
When we need to strengthen each other up.
Yeah.
But I did deal with a situation where the old head, he don't like moving around. You tell him to move the angles. You right. You got to be a psychologist at the same time. So guess what? That's one of my biggest clients too.
Yeah, that's right,
Yeah.
man. You know why? Because he believed that you can get it done. You know what I mean? And that's the very important part of the whole plan is he believed that that you can get it done. And that's being a barber and believing that you can get it done. And regardless, sometimes not about the haircut, sometimes about the conversation, how you carry yourself or what you mean to that community or that person as a real person. You know what I'm saying? So I don't always look at a haircut for money. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I got to realize that I messed that head up. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? I know I can correct
Fix
it
it up.
next time. You know what I mean? And he can still pay me because it might have been my conversation or just the way I showed up on time or just the way I carried myself that made him feel good that he can come back and try me again. You know what I mean? Unless I make sure that you don't come back. You know what I mean? Because you might be talking some off the wall stuff or something I don't want to hear.
Right,
Or, you know what I mean? Or
right.
don't pertain to me. You know what I'm saying? So now it makes a big difference where I'm saying, like, you could talk to. See, I'm one of them guys you're going to go talk to about 3 seconds anyway before I go left on you. You know what I mean? You know, I'm just being honest. You know what I mean? You really got to hold my attention these
said,
days
"Oh, I'm
because
not."
you can't sit there and tell me nothing about your jailhouse story.
Nobody want to hear that.
Nobody want to hear that.
Nah,
That's
you can't
like
tell
bragging
me.
about your old
You know what I
girlfriend
mean?
and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
You know, some
Supposed to be
things.
bringing up old
Yeah,
stuff.
some things you want to hear, and I just want to hear about business now. I want to hear your mistakes and how you can grow from your mistakes and how you learn, or how's your mother doing? Are you taking care of your community? Or are you taking care of your
Right.
kids? You know what I'm saying? See,
what
people
we
think
talk
I do
about
stuff
all the
just
time.
because they think I'm doing it out of my own. Man, don't you know I got God that's guiding me every second, man? Because guess what? When I point in the air, I'm saying to myself, I should have been up there with him, but thank God he got me still down here doing his work. You know what I mean? And people don't understand him. I pray every day, man, and I struggle every day. Just because of school or barbershop, don't forget you got to deal as a barber. You still got to deal with so many personalities. Now I got to teach people how to cut hair.
And the
That's something different. That's a whole nother lane.
What did I tell you? I said, as soon as my money get right,
Yeah, no doubt.
rolling.
But see, my whole thing about it is, now that we are, get ready to get accredited, thank God, man, we just got approved, you know what I'm saying, man, we turn the whole thing up now, you know what I mean, turn everything around. So those that couldn't afford it and looking for a better life, you know what I mean, I'm going hopefully, I can't save everybody, you know what I'm saying, because I'm still dealing with my savior, you know what I mean, so guess what, whoever is that's going to be financially ready or prepared, and somebody has blessed them with this, and like yourself, hey, I'm hoping one day we can get as many people we can in the school. But guess what, man? It takes a lot, and it's going to continue to be an everyday hardship on all of us. You know what I mean? Like me going to my school every day trying to teach somebody how to cut hair that don't know how to cut hair. That right there is like, whoo, man, babe, guess what? When you see that man after a couple weeks, start getting used to stuff, and you sitting there watching him, and you know what I mean? And it's like, and this guy just came from 7 years, you know what I mean? Or just came, a single mother, or a father shot, or somebody died in his family, or whatever. You know what I mean? But when you see this guy coming and showing up every day, man, you got something. You know that you here for something. You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling you right now, people don't even know what they got. You know what I'm saying? Because I lost everything. I'm not sitting up here trying to bruise and brag about nothing, but I'm going to tell you about some mysteries that I can't even understand what happened. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And that's just me being real about things. See, people don't know my life story. You know what I mean? Because even with my students, I don't put it out there. You know what I mean? I can tell you about suicide attempts. I can tell you about popping pills. I can tell you about smoking weeds, rehabs, institutions, jail, all that. You know what I'm saying? But the only thing I'm going to tell you is I'm going to show you the blessing. You know what I mean? And I'm going to tell you because I found God in jail. Cutting hair for a quarter, cutting killers that couldn't explain why they killed somebody. That right there shook me, man. Took my whole world from me. You know what I'm saying? And that's why today, what's going on today, I'm like, y'all don't even understand. Until you on the side of that table, on the other side of that table, looking up to this judge that's looking at you
and telling you you ain't.
And telling you this is what you looking at or you facing, man. Listen, man,
I ain't going back, and
he was like, you done.
And let me tell you something. That was 25 years ago.
And you ain't been back.
That was 25 years
and
ago.
You've been doing this business for
Walked all that parole off. What? You can't play with me, man.
Y'all hear?
Walked all that parole off. You know what? My parole officer, you know what's something crazy, though? My parole officer used to come in my barber shop and try to embarrass me, man.
Your parole officer?
Man, he told me he wanted yarn and all this. I was to myself like, this dude really crazy. But see, what happened was I was cutting so much and then just trying to get back. You know what I mean? Because I had a mission. I was on a mission. When you cut quarters for quarters in Newports, but you were rich in jail. Hey, man, that's different. You know what I'm saying? So why would I short myself when I came to the street?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I could talk to any inmate, and they respect me. I'm telling you, I had guards calling me. Mr. Curtis, man, I don't know what you've done. I see you in the paper. I see you do this. But guess what, man? Thank you.
Hey, guess what's crazy,
What's
bro?
that?
We got the same last name. That's crazy.
Curtis, that's right, man. Hey, my grandpa was a G. Hey, I come from a good family, man.
Hey,
you
man,
in it.
Me too. Hey, man, you already know, man.
Yeah, you in it, man. I thank you for everything, man. Yo, thank you. But getting back to the little subject, man, it's like you gotta want something these days, man. Besides being a killer, man.
That's right.
Killer is a malice. It's like, and I tell people, violence and arguments and stuff like that. I said, try to keep them. If you can keep them out of your life, keep them out of your life because it doesn't make things easier. It makes it worse.
It makes it worse.
Yeah, for sure. And that's when I look today, man, and then, you look at the news, and every time I see it, man, I just go back to me asking these killers, man, why you do it, man? And they could not explain not one word to me. Then they gonna ask me for some cigarettes. Oh, no, you ain't getting that. You lost your life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or they want a nice haircut inside jail. You ain't going back to the street, man. You shave that thing off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They
what you looking for? Attention?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sightseeing, nickel?
Yeah.
No.
No, dog.
Baby, another thing is.
Keep it moving. I see you
Yeah, man, ain't no time for that, man. They used to wake me up in the morning, man. Yo, we got this guy coming down. He just got done committing homicide, man. He want his hair cut, babe, because he going to court on Monday, man. Listen, then he going to come to me talking about, oh, man, I need a taper, man, because I go see the judge, man. You got me. I ain't doing nothing. You know what I mean? Then I got to take the scissors. They take the scissors out and take all the clippers. Yeah. Yeah, you know what I mean? And that's, you know, it's like today, man, it's so sad,
It's
man.
just
And
raising
I-
and
but
coming,
I stay positive. That's all that
That's
counts.
good. And
You know
that's
what I
what
mean?
it's about. That's
And
what
I
it's
show you
about.
growth.
That's what makes a business successful, the positivity.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Any business, anything that you're dealing with, any job you have, if you don't have positivity, and that's what I was saying, the negatives and stuff like that. If you don't have that around you, you're not going to be successful.
Not at all.
You know, 'cause
Not at
nobody
all.
wants to be around somebody or people that's going to break them down or break their business down. Like, you know what I mean? It's just too overwhelming. It's not cliche.
Yeah, and it's crazy though,
You
because
know,
I like some.
and overall.
To be honest with you though, I ain't gonna lie. I like some negative people with me sometimes. You know what I mean? Because sometimes you just could feel like you want to show them a different way, and you still want to learn for stuff they doing, then let you know that you come a long way. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
So you know, battery positive and negative. You know what I'm saying? A car ain't gonna run without
Right.
that. You know what I mean? And every fighter needs a corner person. You know what I'm
Facts,
saying?
facts.
Hey, sometimes you might be bleeding, and that might be the same person to patch you up. You know what I mean? So that's why, as far as hating and all that stuff, I don't do that. You know what I'm saying? I don't get on. That's not me.
It's not.
Because I want to be the one to help you when you bleeding, and I know when you bleeding because then guess what? You might show up out of nowhere, and I just know why you here because somebody sent you to come see me. You know what I'm saying? And you know, and I don't even turn you down, and I know I should. But guess what? I'm holding on to you, man. Because what, man?
Right.
I don't even see you suffer like this. You know what I mean? So, you know, it's just a lot of life, man. And you know, and like I said, man, when you in that positive direction and feeling positive about yourself, man, living an outstanding life and still can, you know, deal with your struggles every day. You know what I'm saying? From maybe just driving to my school, knowing somebody just got killed down the street, but I could shoot from here to there. You know what I mean? Just to try to change somebody's life. Like today, you know, we went and we cut the homeless people. You know what I'm saying? And you know, all the
Yeah,
time
big
at my
ups,
school
big
for
ups,
free.
big ups,
For
big ups,
free, you know what I'm
big
saying?
ups. That's
'Cause,
dope. That's
hey,
dope.
man, and we gonna
You
do
know
this,
what,
and we
though?
gonna keep
Y'all
on
should
doing
do
this
that,
forever.
and whenever y'all doing it and y'all promoting it and stuff or whatever, like I mean, some things like I do stuff all the time, and I tell people this all the time. I do stuff like I post a lot. People see me post a lot, but what people don't see me post a lot about is the things that I'm doing for people.
Yes, yes.
Because my heart is just so severely huge that like I go out and I go buy tons of stuff, toiletries, soap, deodorants, all of that kind of stuff, and I just go take it to the homeless people. I go and grab boxes of Little Caesars pizzas, 5, 10, 20 boxes and drop it down there and go down there and get them boxes of pizza and stuff. I don't promote that because I was raised as a child growing up. When you have a blessing that you're blessing upon somebody, you don't have to go out there and boast it. Because your blessing, that's just somebody who's trying to get attention for what they did for somebody. Not saying that we can't promote what we're doing. If we're doing a drive, if we're doing something and we want people to come out, we might need the help.
Yes.
So we have to promote it. Listen, we're having a food drive. We're giving out food for the homeless. Can we get some volunteers? So now that is something that has to be promoted.
Yes.
But I was raised that when you're doing something for somebody, I could give you $150 or somebody $300 or something like that, and I'm not gonna say nothing about it because it was genuine. Now, if you a person that's trying to get me on some slimy stuff and be like, "Yo," I might put you on blast because the devil's work was in your side, and I don't play that. My work is with God.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? My heart is with
That's
God
right.
and
So-
for God.
so,
You know what I'm
Skinny
saying?
Ryan,
And that's what I live for.
So we gotta go back to
Right.
finish telling them about the business.
here.
Just in case there's some
Right.
inspiring barbers out here. Any advice for them at all, man?
Man, I got too much advice for him.
Let's bring it on.
First, as a
I'm all
barber,
ears.
First,
Right.
as a barber, man, and this is real. You know these guys out here committing these crimes. You know who they are. You know they come for a haircut and they boast and bragging because everybody want to be important. They want to feel important in this situation out here. Being a barber, man, is saying, "Yo, bro, that's not it, man." You know what I mean? And I feel like the barbers now that know these guys, you know what I'm saying, and watch them kill somebody's kid or heard that they killed somebody's kid, that right there, man, should tell you enough that you need to change your life. You know what I mean? Because my whole thing is, it's sad for you to be a barber and really just watching what's going on, man. And you know this guy right here with you all the time, and you sitting there saying, "What's up?" But let him kill your kid.
Right.
let them kill your grandma. Let them kill your dad.
Oh,
How
You're
would
not
you
gonna look
feel?
at them at the
Yeah,
same.
How would you feel? You'd be ready to kill him.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
talk.
Then you in trouble. You know what I mean? So that being said, barbers need to wake up too. You know what I mean? Stop that before it go down. You know what I mean? If you know these two are beefing, this guy beefing with your man you got to cut to make money off of, you know what I mean? You need to jump in the middle of that. Regardless at all stakes.
Yeah, rest
until
in peace, McCullum, too.
and real, you know, unless
Right.
it's too far deep. And you still gotta explain to them, like, look, man, you might not come home off this situation.
Yeah,
you know what I
so
mean?
either
And another thing
leave
as a
it
barber,
alone.
man, grab some of these kids, man. You know, and now that's one thing I want to do. You know what I mean? That's why I'm grabbing these kids now. Because I know one way or another, they're gonna end up with something that they don't got
Right.
enough money to get out of.
That's
See, one
right.
thing about this crime stuff, you gotta have some bread. I don't care what kind of lawyer you talking, Shaka 150.
Say
From
it
the
again,
start.
all the
You know what I
way.
mean? You know how many lawyers I paid for? What?
And a federal lawyer
Man.
is not the same as here. People
Everybody-
that they
everybody
get into
screaming
these,
Shock and Johnson
they
name.
like thinking that they're gonna get a little
it's
state
cheaper
case,
to
a little
just,
county
cheaper to
case.
just get your LLC and do your own business.
Man,
Let me
listen.
tell you something.
And go to
I be
school.
so mad at these young boys out here. Let me tell y'all, last week, like, it's these young boys, and my cousin live in the Kensington section. I used to live in the Kensington section. I'm from every part of Philly, so I'm good wherever I go. And so, to make a long story short, it's these young guys out there, and they always hustling. And I see them all the time. I don't know them from a can of paint. But when I look at them, they babies. When I look at them, they could be my children.
Yeah.
When I look at them, they could be my nieces, my nephews, like somebody that I care about.
Yeah.
And so I roll by, and they be like, what? You know how it is down there in the Kensington section. And I said, listen, y'all don't know if I'm the cops, the feds, or nothing.
Yeah, for sure.
And y'all just doing that.
Some people don't care.
The young boy said, he said, you right, mommy? He said, you a cop? I said, no, I ain't no damn cop, but I don't want your drugs or nothing either.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I said, but listen, I said, y'all babies out here.
Yeah, for sure.
I said, and guarantee y'all out here for somebody else. If y'all get out here and be murdered, and y'all get out here and catch these cases, is these people coming to holler at y'all? Is these people gonna bury you for your mother?
You ain't lying,
Not
right?
for real.
Not at all.
Y'all got these
Not at all.
these kids was probably like 13, 14 years old, and I'm from the streets, and I used to do street stuff, okay?
Yep.
And when I look at it, it disgusted me to see that these babies is out there as pack boys. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about 13, 14 years old. I never would put no drugs in no child's hand.
No.
I couldn't do it. And me, growing up, I used to sell shit. And as a kid. And it was adults who put it in my hands. So when I look at that, that eats me up.
Yeah.
And I feel bad that these young boys, they out there, they doing this and doing that and doing this. And they get caught up. And none of them is trying to focus on trying to go get no LLCs.
That's right.
None of them is focused on damn, young boy, you just sold this pack, I just sold this pack. Let's go open up a little Dominican store on the corner to save our mom from this bull crap, to get us out of this so we don't have to do this. And even the older generation of hustlers and people that's out here, they out here, they selling what they selling and keeping it moving. They trying to go to the next drug, buying this car, buying this. You see people out here flossing and all of that. I see so many drug dealers that I know from all my life, and none of them still got businesses.
Yeah.
How you still a street hustler?
Man, I seen
I
so many
don't
people
get
lose
it. How you 30, 40 years old still standing on the corner hustling weed
Let me tell you
for
something.
somebody else?
And this is real.
Even if it's yours, that's
another
trifling.
reason why I think I changed my life, because I dealt with a lot of people, man, drug dealers all my life, man. You know what I mean? And
It just
you
don't
know,
work right
and I
with
tell
it.
you one thing. I watched all my friends that hustle. I said maybe 2 of them survived.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I just knew right there. But here's the thing about the whole situation. When the DA ran in my shop, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? All the guns and all that stuff. You know what I mean? Just because I was cutting drug dealers' hair, and they had my name out like this kingpin type situation. I'm on parole at the time.
You said,
know
"Don't
what
be
I mean?
having me in that
When I tell you,
mess."
they raided my shop, they raided my store. I mean, my hair salon. I had a hair salon as well.
Did they freeze
You know
your
what I mean?
account?
Them guys came in there, man, and they listen. It is crazy because to the day I never forget it, man. I sat there and just kept on eating the cheesesteak, and I just looked at them, man, like, what y'all doing? They like, we got a
That's
warrant,
it.
we got a search warrant. They searched
go
my
ahead.
tore my shop down. down. And that right there alone changed my whole life, man.
Right.
Because guess what? Them dudes had the hats on backwards, man. They were big. They weren't playing. And the thing about it is, they didn't even know I was just trying to get money. I was just trying to do
Like, I'm just trying to do something positive.
They don't even understand that.
You know what though? And it said being a convicted felon.
One more question too. That's another thing too. They call you are the company that you keep.
Yeah.
So
Right.
So it makes you people like because I got a recording studio too. So you got to watch who you dealing with.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's one thing I did have a problem with.
And who coming to look for who?
Because my whole thing is like this. Time out. You let the drug dealers go and act at me. You let them go in your banks, put the money in there, but they can't hang with me. Because what? I'm getting that money. You know what I'm saying? So so I can live. You know what I mean? So that being said, like, you know, but don't link me to something that you think, you know what I mean? But guess what? When they did all that, raided me and all that, man, it just made me wake up, man, to show that I ain't undefeated in this game. You know what I mean? And I better stay a barber.
Part.
You know what I mean? And
That
if I
part.
did, you know, hey, I always move slowly anyway. You know what I mean? Because I move by myself a lot anyway. You know,
So
you
what
learn.
made you get in there though?
With the barber? Yeah. Man, struggle. Broke,
Okay.
man.
He told you he was in jail, too. You gotta learn things to just wait.
Here's the thing. When you know you got a talent somewhere,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like, I was a quarterback. I was papers, everything. I was that boy in the quarterback. You know, I led a whole team. But we didn't have a good record. But guess what? I was a star. You know what I'm saying? So when you see the papers and the reporters come, they coming from me. You know what I'm saying? So right there alone, I knew I had something bigger than my yardage I just ran for, how much I just thrown for.
Right.
As long as I had a touchdown, they know I was good. You know what I mean? But you know, you had to have a plan B, and the plan B was do something that's worth it. You know what I mean? Do something that makes sense now, because my football career is over.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I had to find a plan B in order to get to where I am today.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that being said, being Barber, man, I was always talented. Everybody wanted me to cut the hair, but I wanted to get high. You know what I
Okay.
mean? So, so,
He's
but
on a different mission.
you know what I mean? So, and I knew I could cut. I used to cut my own hair, and people started coming to me, but I didn't even want that. You know what I mean? I'd rather run the street, act stupid, run around with girls, all kinds of stuff. You know what I mean? But when you're in a position that you can't get out of sometimes, you got to really think. And I never forget, what really got me cutting hair was my mother. I was in rehab. You know what I'm saying? And here's the thing that got me, and I always tell this story. And listen to this one. This one's deep. I was like 19 years old. No, 20. No, 20. Yeah, 20 years old, because I went to jail at 22. This guy, millionaire, sharp, Italian boy. I loved him to death. He loved me. If he found me today, man, he'd take me around the world. But long story short, he was a millionaire. He was in rehab with me. I was the youngest of them all. You know what I mean? I'm looking around like, whoa, man. My mom dropped me off. She said, you get something. I was snorting cocaine, smoking all kinds of crazy stuff. This is dumb. This looking for attention that wasn't there.
Right.
You know what I mean?
He's young.
Because I'm
She wanted to
bigger than,
save
I
you.
know I'm bigger than the situation, number one. But long story short, this guy was in rehab with me, man. And I never forget, he told his story. So, you know, I'm in there listening to his story. And he's like, man, I lost everything. I lost millions. And I'm listening to him, lost millions. I said, geez, I don't know. Listen, who else you here? What's going on? What you going to do now? But he said something that messed me up. And I me and my dumb mind sometimes just get out there lost. So he said, only thing I got left was a boat. So I said, a boat. So I'm thinking to myself, like, how can I get this boat off this dude in the rehab? You know what I'm saying? And I really was serious.
believe you.
I'm
Like,
I'm
I'ma
gonna
get
get this
this
dude
from
some
him,
coke
too.
and go and grab this boat off of me
I'ma
because I
make me
know
some
the drawing
money.
big. You know what I mean? So I'm
make me
thinking to
some
myself,
money.
and he kept on saying it, and I'm like, I'm gonna get this boat from this dude because he down in his luck, and I know I can grab it. You know what I mean? So long story short, you know, I really had to really sit back and think. Like, I look around, I'm like, hold on, I'm sitting here in rehab,
Where the hell I'm going?
praying on this dude downfall so he could sell me a boat. I don't got no car. I don't even got a bicycle at the time, even to log the boat, you move the
Push
boat
the boat
around. So I had to really think and say, but the main point of the story was, how was I even thinking like that? Like, I really wanted that boat, but the lifestyle was there. Because I knew if I got the boat, I'm going in the water, whatever, and do whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I just knew I had to change my life. You know what I mean? Because I was thinking crazy, but that talent was always there as far as cutting hair. And I just took it to the next level because I believe, I remember somebody that lost everything. You know what I mean? And when you know, and some of my friends have lost everything, you got to make a difference somewhere. You got to change your life. You know what I mean? About 2 more years after that, I'm in Norristown State Hospital.
Right.
You know what I mean?
All messed up.
Messed up again. Relapse, everything. You know what I'm saying? So, 2 years after that, I'm in jail for a 4-piece. You know what I mean? That's when it got real.
That's when it got real, and
That's
it
when it
opened
got
your
real.
eyes up. But sometimes we have to go through hardships in order for our minds and our bodies and our spirits to waken up. Sometimes we can dig ourselves into ditches that we can't dig ourselves out of. But sometimes the hardest things and the most, seeming like the most traumatizing things that happen in our life creates who we are.
Yeah.
Because it goes back to what I was saying. The person that you were 20 years ago is not the same person you are today.
No.
We
that's
all
what I love
change.
about myself.
And so that's a good thing, and that's a benefit in itself. And to stay motivated. One thing I'm gonna do, because I know G's want to hit some music on and stuff. One thing I want to say about your school, it's another school. This gentleman, he has something similar to it, and I can applaud you guys for that. And that's what I was saying, as far as when you're going to have certain things. Let us know so we can help promote that, because believe it or not, people gonna come out and support it.
Yeah.
Even if this is what this gentleman doing, I'm going to just give you a little synopsis of it, and also just a little bit of just a push, because what he does is when he does stuff, he lets the news reporters know about it.
Okay.
And stuff like that. The no gun zone about that. You hit at people where as though if you send something to no gun zone, guarantee you everybody in our city gonna see it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Thousands and thousands of people. And guarantee people going to show up. You say, hey, I'm having an event. One thing that's good about being a black barber and teaching children, especially young men, because that was going off of what I was talking about with the young boys.
Shout out to P. Michael, too.
Yeah,
Shout out to
yeah. Shout out to P.
boy.
Michael, because that's
Bad
him.
boy.
That's who
Yeah.
I was
Junior
talking about.
Barber, okay.
And
Shout out to
this is something that gives something for these children to
Yes.
have an opportunity to do. A lot of these children come from backgrounds where, as though they're from single parents, they're from a impoverished family, a impoverished community, so they can't afford certain things. So teaching a young man, even a young girl,
Yeah.
she might have baby brothers or older brothers who can't afford haircuts. And one of the things and the struggles that the children in these communities, whether it's black or white, it's not a color thing. I've seen people struggle in every race.
Yeah.
I have a bit of every race in me.
Yeah.
I come from the struggle. You know what I'm saying? But one thing that's good to teach these children is giving them a skill that is going to be able to take them further in life and can help them. And you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of kids, you can't get your hair cut. What you gonna do? Your mama can't buy your haircut. If you know how to cut your hair cut and your baby brothers and sisters, your brothers and them haircut, everybody gonna be cool. And it's a less hardship that your mother have to work. It's a 7-year-old little girl that's cut. And I'm like, get them babies.
Yeah,
I got
listen,
you.
I do that all the time.
Promote
I've been
it.
doing that.
We got you.
Ain't nothing like that for me. I like it.
As we about to go to a commercial break,
Hey!
the Wave Cartel. Yeah, but stick around, Ron. You know, we got another guest on here today, too. Wave Cartel. He's coming in. But listen, we got more to hair talk coming back, too. We ain't done.
We ain't done with
But we
Mr.
going on
Curtis.
break right now.
Two Curtises up in the
Barber
building.
Academy.
Tell them
Barber
niggas it's
Academy.
no bad.
Aim and turn these young niggas into boss. We just ride around looking for the option. If we see him, we gon' fill him with slut. I got mines from the muscle, no handouts. I had the plan planned out, and when that didn't pan out, I went a different route.
DJ Pooh Geez.
We just ride around looking for the option. If we see him, we gon' fill him with slut. And this watch that's on my wrist, this shit glitter like it's Michael Jackson club. No, you is not my wife, just want you babe, cause I wanted to fuck. And nobody gave us nothing, we really got the shit out the mud. Switching Porsches, I make these niggas nauseous. We really came and turned these young niggas into bosses. I used to eat mayonnaise sandwiches, real portion. Now I switch that Fendi up and I do that Dior shit. And we really richer than them niggas we went to war with. They couldn't play the game no more, they had to forfeit. Look at my bitch, she don't smile, she conceited. I got killers everywhere, they around if I need them. My nigga charged with 2 bodies with the trial and he beat them. Where's the loyalty? Niggas ain't around when you need them. And everyday drip, chains on slick Rick. Bitches looking at us, they wanna be around some rich shit. They ain't gang, we don't wanna hang, don't wanna know their name. Drop a bag, have some young niggas come blow their brains. We just ride around this watch that's on my wrist. This shit glitter like it's Michael Jackson glove. No, you is not my wife. Just want you babe cause I wanted to fuck. And nobody gave us nothing. We really got the shit out the mud.
I stood in the cold and didn't stand out. I got mines from the muscle, no handouts. I had the plan planned out. And when that didn't pan out, I went a different route. And still stretch rubber bands out. I jam the jammers and scam the scammers. I flick the blickers. Your joints at my way, brazy bananas. Free Bigger Valley in Santana. All I do is stay fly. Get money and stay high. All you do is screw face when I drive by. I'm in the trenches like platoon, blowing gorilla glue, bitch. Hide in the moon, yeah.
We just ride around looking for the option. If we see it, we gon' fill it with love. And this watch that's on my wrist. This shit glitter like it's Michael Jackson glove. My wife just want you babe cause I wanted to fuck.
One time. What's
Yeah.
good? What's good? Wave Cartel in the building. What's good, bro?
Oh man, you know the vibes. Oh man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Oh, we waiting for the queen. Okay, all right, queen. You ready?
You know.
Hey, we back at
Yeah,
it.
so what's been up, Wave?
Oh man, a lot, man. You know, a
Man,
lot.
shout out to you, bro.
Let
You
us
one of the reasons
know.
why I'm up here. You already
The
know that.
original,
Yo, shit, man.
the
Shout out to
original
you, man. Shout
fly
out to you.
boy.
Yeah,
What
though.
up, though?
How you, man? I can't
I'm good.
complain.
I'm
You know,
good. Pleasure to have
for
you.
sure. You know that was the song right there, "Out the Mud" with me and Hal Rell.
Out
you
the
know what I mean?
mud. Featuring Hell Road.
That's
Good.
something
That's
coming.
good.
Yeah, soon. Shout out to Hal Rell. You know,
Don't worry, we gonna put that in
Dipset.
rotation for. We got you.
for sure. It's a lot going on, man.
Yeah, man, talk
I got
to
a
him.
movie, man, dropping.
Hey,
I'm
man,
excited
talk to
about,
him.
man. It's
Talk
called-
to him.
Yes,
Talk
talk
to
called
to us,
Call
tell us-
Time.
Hey.
You know what I mean? And it's super dope. It's a horror movie.
Oh
It's
man,
a
that's
horror
heavy.
It's my first horror movie that I'm not in it. I'm not acting in it, but I produced it though. You know
Hey
what I
man,
mean?
that's
One
what
of
I'm
the
talking
producers.
about, bro.
Okay.
Shout
Word.
out to you. Salute to a
Well,
real one.
So
We
you
like
got,
to
you
be
know
in
what I mean?
movies.
Yeah, you gotta check it out. It's dropping 420. You know what I mean? For all you little cannabis heads out there and all that. You know what I mean? Give you something to watch
420.
and blaze up to. You know what I mean? And they got a lot of dope actors. You know what I mean? Actually, some folks from the area is in there as well. Tyrone Magnus. You know what I mean?
Okay.
He's in there. You got Derek Hammond. You got Babs. You know what I'm saying? From Megan the Band in there. Shout out to her. You know what I'm saying? For
Hey,
sure.
Babs.
Babs Bunny. You got Marcus Polk. You know what I mean?
Okay, that's dope.
Some of you who might not know, that's Miles from Moesha. You got Royce Reed. There's so many dope actors, actresses in there.
Oh, that's
Man,
That
dope.
sound
Yeah,
dope, man. You
you
sound
know.
like you did it
Well,
the
if y'all
right
ever
way,
need
man.
some
Yeah,
extras,
check
you
it
know,
out.
I could do a
420.
Felicia. Like, can I borrow your microwave
We
crib?
got, yeah, you know we always
You
got.
know,
we
I got all of the
we
stuff.
got a
I would
role
dress
for
up
you.
as a smoker.
For sure.
I would be the little extra lady that's sitting at the
Oh,
table in the bed.
okay,
That look like,
okay.
Yeah, we definitely got to look. We definitely got a role for a Hey Felicia out there in
Let
the
me
little,
do
you know what I mean? A little
it.
thoroughbred
Oh,
joint.
she
you know what I
like
mean?
it.
Pull up with the
I like
blicky.
it.
Hop
I'm
out
like,
and just
can I borrow
pop,
your
pop, pop.
microwave?
That's all you gotta do.
You ain't even using it.
All you gotta do is just hop out and just start shooting. If that's the type
Oh,
of
that's
role
what's up. Can I
we
stop,
got,
stop, and rolling everything and do the Kim Fields like how she wasn't? Don't be a minister.
got
She's
you.
like, my baby, my baby. So you
Spanish
ain't my
showed me how
dear
to roll
baby.
up backwards too. I'm gonna keep it a bean.
Hey,
Yeah. But y'all gotta tune into that 420. It's gonna be on all platforms.
All
You know what I'm saying?
backwards.
Call time. All backwards.
Dope.
When you watch Call Time, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
all
they need
backwards be
and tell
right.
them to cut the check
Definitely.
too, matter of fact. You know what I mean? Tell them
Yes.
backwards to cut the check too.
Yes.
On
Oh,
top
I'm
of
so
that, you know what I
proud of
mean?
you. That's so dope.
But yeah though, so
yeah,
you know,
So tell us how long did it take for this filming?
actually the crew was so super dope and awesome.
Uh-huh.
We got it done in like 12 days. We shot it in
12
Florida.
days.
Yeah, we shot it in
A
Florida.
whole movie
I
in
mean,
12 days.
but they put in OT, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm talking about sun up to sun down type work. You know what I mean?
Wow,
You
that's dope,
Nas
Wade.
Dance was in the building. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was so
Right.
many
Well, they had
different
all of
people.
the right stuff. 12 days.
Yeah.
I mean, it
Shout out to
sometimes
James
takes people
Hunter.
movies to do years of footage
Yeah.
to actually come up with a great movie. You know, so I can't wait to see it. You know what I mean? It's
For
definitely.
sure.
I know it's good. I know it definitely
Hard
had to
copies
put
will
in
be
a
in
lot of
Walmart
work.
too, as well.
Okay.
Oh, oh,
What you
oh,
say,
oh.
at
Man, that's
Walmart?
amazing.
Hard
That's good.
copies will be in Walmarts and Targets everywhere.
Hey, y'all hear
See,
that?
You know what I'm saying?
Let me tell you something. See, a lot of
Word.
rappers, you did something a lot of rappers don't do. and I've been around the music world a lot myself. You invested, man. You took your time and
sure.
didn't give up. You know what I mean? Because at your age,
That part.
it's kind of hard for us, to get on the set. But guess what?
You hit it right on the head.
kept
And y'all
it
was
going,
dropping
bro.
jewels earlier too, and I was listening to what y'all was saying, and it was that all it all coincides with what we was all talking about all night long. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You gotta invest in yourself.
Gotta invest in
And
yourself.
put yourself around
You gotta invest
positive
in
people,
yourself.
man, and be positive, man. You ain't gonna get nothing too much. When
The
you-
major's gonna ask you what your budget is. As crazy as that might sound, a major label is gonna ask you
What's your
how much you be like. I'm trying to get a record deal from you, and whoop whoop whoop. No, it don't work like that, man.
Don't work like that. You
It
gotta have a
doesn't work
plan.
like that, guy.
That
I
thing
mean,
has to have a business
But-
plan.
That and other thing is right now in the music stuff, what people don't understand is, your social media has to be up. Your numbers have to be heavy. You know what I mean? And that's where, and that's
You're
where
right,
the
though.
independence is coming at.
You're
though.
right.
See, if you making numbers like that, you know what I mean? You can definitely keep on going. You know what I mean? It's like a lot of people waiting on other people's money.
What they're going to invest in?
Yeah.
Is it going to be worth the investment?
No,
'Cause
sometimes,
anybody try to
though-
put out
Right.
the money, they ain't going to make
But
their
here's the
money
thing,
back.
though.
They
Stop
want to know
always
how they gonna get their
depending on
money
somebody's
back and
That's
how
gonna
fast.
slave you.
You know what I mean? That's
Right.
what it all boils down to. How
Without
am I get
being
my money
watered
back and how
down.
quick?
Yeah, that's real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Stop depending on somebody's money to take you where you trying to go. You know what I
Right.
mean? A lot of people don't even see that's where the whole game is messed up at.
All the
Somebody
way.
if you got 100,000 viewers of your own,
Mm-hmm.
you can get 200 if you go ahead and put a
Right.
little bit more money behind yourself.
Fact.
Right,
There it
yourself
is.
out
like that
there.
young boy, what was his name?
Yeah.
I forget his name. Last year he came out with a song, and his went on YouTube, and he made like millions of dollars off of it. What's his name? Jeez.
Talking about Sim Santana, no?
Not some Santana. It's this other young boy. His video actually did like millions of views on it, and he made so
Sim.
much money. I forget his
Sim,
name. I just it's like right on the tip
Yeah.
of my tongue. It's like
He
I
made-
don't be listening to a lot of that.
He
other stuff.
pushed
I'm being
himself.
honest. So some of the
caught
names
interest in
like,
somebody.
but no, he was a black young boy.
He didn't
just
give
came
up.
Is it?
give up.
He didn't give up.
He
That's
didn't
the
give
thing.
up,
And then
man.
He
another
came
thing-
out with his own video, his
And
own
guess what?
footage, and it pushed. And
And-
it wasn't
and-
even the greatest song. Jeez, we was talking about it on our show.
And I
before.
guarantee
it
you,
wasn't the greatest song,
he
but
had
it was
people in his
catchy.
hood behind
Oh
him.
my God! And
See,
he
that's
made
another thing.
millions.
You gotta have your hood behind you, man.
Yeah.
And see,
The
that's where
industry
when people
came in,
start
I'm
seeing
like,
you
what
climbing.
can we do to help you?
Yeah.
I know what
Like,
y'all was
can we
talking
do
about
to-
earlier about focusing on the people that the haters and all that. I mean, that's what y'all was talking about earlier. And I caught like parts of it.
Right.
You don't really have to worry about the people that's not with you and against you. You know what I mean? Just worry about the people that are for you and are supporting you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Exactly.
You know,
Positive
that's
thoughts brings.
it's
positive-
easier said than done though.
You'd be
You know what I mean?
surprised.
If you can't see what somebody doing,
Look at they got me up here kicking knowledge and shit. Look,
you got
check
something,
y'all out,
that's
yeah.
something that you dealing
Right.
with.
I
That's
smoked some of
true.
that rapper weed and I'm up here on some other shit.
And it's gonna be hard to deal with that.
Tunnel
He on his
bangers.
420 now.
Yeah, but right
Tunnel
now, so I
bangers,
do want
yeah.
to tell you this.
Right.
Make sure y'all shout your social medias and whatnot. I definitely want them to know.
Definitely, if y'all can do that.
Definitely follow me at WAVEKARTEL on Instagram. You know what I mean? Because my followers in the basement right now, but I'll be doing a little something, you know.
Wave
Right,
Cartel.
Curtis,
Mine Final
Appreciate
Touch
y'all for
Barber
having me.
Academy. Final Touch Barber Academy on Instagram. And Final Touch, Ron Curtis on Facebook, you know what I mean? And that's all I post to school. You ain't gonna teach too much of my life anyway.
For
I
sure.
know
man.
that's right.
And I'm
He
Antonio
said
Curtis
teaching.
on Facebook.
That's right.
There it is.
Hey, I had to do all of that. Don't
Nah,
be
you
all
got to,
looking
because
at
there
me
might be somebody
like
that
it's
might
just
not even
winning.
know where to follow
Oh,
you
and
at. You know what I mean?
SpFly_girl1. Y'all can holler at me on Instagram, IG, whoop whoop. I don't do
At
Facebook
DJ Pooh
much.
Geez
Yeah.
at AR Studios.
Tune in 420, all platforms. Call Time, the movie, the fucking greatest horror
Call
movie of
Time.
all time, ever,
I got a
probably.
question for you. Are you bringing us a gift
Yeah,
on 420?
on 420, you know what I'm saying? Look, yo,
Women
next
love
Tuesday, yo.
flowers, baby.
That's
but
next
I like all
Tuesday. I'm
kinds
gonna
of
bring a gift up
flowers.
here. You know how I do. Since she said that, you know, I stay with a, you know what I'm saying, a bag or two
My
or
kind
a
of guy. That's
few. Or
what
a
I'm
few,
talking
you know
about.
what I mean?
Put it in the bouquet, baby.
Life's full of choices,
Wrap
man.
it up
You know?
in a box of chocolate.
And this shit's legal, so, you know. Get off mine.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, y'all.
Yeah.
We had
Yo,
to
you
get a
crazy,
little
dog.
ghetto coming towards the end of the show. And shout out
sure.
for the weekend. We had a wonderful show this weekend.
gotta get
this
juiced
Friday.
up.
Shout out to all of the performers that came through.
Shout out to Chick
Young
with the
Joe,
juice, got me all
everybody.
juicy.
It was a great weekend. It was awesome. We had a ball. Shout out to everybody that came through. It was all good energy. You know, I know Dro was happy about us because I told him, I was like, Dro, you came only with like 2 people. You want us to come flood that stage for you? He was like,
right.
don't know.
Shout out
I
to
think
the
I
ladies.
should be alright. I was like, don't even worry about it. We coming anyway to ride that shit. We coming to mop your stage. He bust out
That's
everything.
dope.
And sure enough, that stage was mopped with good energy.
That shit
Fact.
was
So
dope,
definitely, we
yeah.
appreciate y'all for coming through. I definitely had to
Shout out to the
everybody
Glock. Shout out to the whole
Glock.
Glock.
Shout out to everybody that
For
performed.
sure.
It was a great
Shout out
evening.
to Big E too, because he wanted me
Definitely.
down
And
here.
definitely
a long
shout out to
time
G's,
ago.
though.
But COVID,
Yeah,
I wasn't even
good.
coming out, man.
Shout out
You know
to
what I mean?
Pooh
And a
Geez, man.
special shout out to my young bull.
And I
Little
appreciate
DJ.
G.
Little DJ
DJ
Tom
Lil
Tom.
Tom Tom.
I got a shout out. I'm telling y'all, G's son is amazing. I known him since he popped out, okay? And to see him, like, he always was in the studio, always trying to climb on his dad's lap. He always wanted to know what's going on. And now he's actually his own DJ. He be doing his own parties and everything. He's getting a bag. And he's not only doing that, he's making beats and they is popping.
Word.
So I'm like, oh my God.
Shout out
this
to
is my
him.
little
Yeah.
God boy.
He
Shout out to my little godson,
he learned from
you
the
know what I
master,
mean?
man.
And it's just so dope.
Word.
I'm just like, I
That's
had to
right.
give my baby his shout out.
Everybody
you know
got
what I mean?
talent, man.
It is
Yeah.
a blessing
Everybody
that keep
got
on
the talent,
giving.
you
I
gotta
love
use
to see it.
Word.
You start them up, but they say it takes a village to raise a child.
Yeah.
The
For
same
sure.
thing. We're in a community, so it takes this community to raise these children, and that's what I was going off to before we close out about them young boys or whatever. Like I told them about the Glock. I got them following our page. The young boy now asked me. He said, "You think you can help me enroll in school?"
Yeah, that's dope.
You
what
know,
I'm saying?
these are street young
sure.
boys. He said, I said, damn, and it
He said
touched
he
me.
wanted to
I'm a
change his
stranger.
life. You
He
changed his
saw
life.
me as a stranger who cared more about them and
You
stopped
gave
on the
him
street.
hope.
It
You
gave
know what I'm
him
saying?
hope.
It
That's
gave
what they
him
tell you, treat people
inspiration.
kindly, treat
Yeah.
people right. 'cause you never
Motivation.
know what
I
somebody's
just
going
enrolled
through.
20. I just enrolled three 20-years-olds in my school.
Right.
Right off the grip, paying
Well,
their own
guess what?
tuition.
These young
everything.
boys, I'm definitely passing them their information because I asked them, where do you see yourself in the
Yeah.
next 5 years?
Man, they can be a barber. Believe me, you ain't got to learn
You
to
want to
cut.
be a barber or you want to be in a box?
That's an honest
You
job.
pick your
You know what I'm
decision.
saying?
Your decisions is yours.
It's an honest
You know what I'm
job.
saying?
You
If
work
y'all
for
look at No
yourself.
Gun Zone and y'all look at them plots that their brother posted the other day
No
was
guns.
sickening.
Yeah.
Over 500 new plots, new burries. Okay?
Sad.
New bodies. Ridiculous amount.
Well, guess what, y'all?
Just said.
I gotta tell y'all this.
What up?
Catch me on the flip side next week.
Flip side.
We gonna see y'all next week.
Appreciate
A
you.
shout out to
Definitely
my good
shout out.
guests,
Thank
Wave
y'all.
Cartel.
Yo,
We got
salute.
Ryan Curtis,
Yes, sir.
Final Touch
Salute.
Barber Academy,
That's right. We growing.
and the lovely Miss
Salute the
Fly.